South African Jewish Board of Deputies. She joins us via Skype. Wendy, very good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
So you say the fund will target the most affected by COVID-19. Who are you talking about? Who are these people?
We've got people around the country who have been affected by the lockdown. There's been severe job loss. We've seen businesses going in, and there are people who are living in dire situations with no food. And the Jewish community has been involved over the last weeks in many different initiatives in trying to alleviate the hunger. But we realize that it's taking on much greater proportions, and because of this, we have set up this fund to try and make a contribution to that, to alleviating that suffering.
Which areas are you looking at, Wendy?
We actually will be operating throughout most of the country. At the moment, we've got systems going in 7 provinces. We're looking at rural areas, we're looking at urban areas, and we're trying to find the most effective and most strategic way to ensure that the donations are reaching the people that really need it, that the food is going from the donors to the beneficiaries. We've partnered with an organization called the Angel Network, who we've been working with over the last weeks, and they have, together with their NGO networks, have really found important ways to make those connections and to take the food directly to the people who need it most.
You know, it's one thing about offering your help. It's another trying to deal with some of the issues that we're dealing with in this country and around the world with regards to social distancing when delivering such parcels. You've seen in the past how things can go wrong when people are clamoring for so desperate for food that you kind of put the physical distancing out the window, you know. So what sort of process will you be following in order to, you know, bear that in mind, in order to get this food and these parcels and this help to the people that deserve it in a responsible way?
Well, that's why we're partnering with NGOs that we believe have got the ability and the credibility to ensure that the food reaches those people that need it, and that it's done in a responsible way, and it's done in a way that is not exacerbating the situation at all. And depending on the area that we're focusing on, there are different ways that should be done. But I think the important thing is that we are working with people who have expertise in this area and make sure that food is delivered in a very responsible way.
The Jewish Board of Deputies has been involved in a number of outreach programs since the lockdown began. What makes this one stand out?
I think it's just the quantum of the funding that we've managed to raise. But I must say that there have been many projects done in the previous weeks by organizations within our community, as many other communities. And I think what's been so heartwarming is how all South Africans have come to the party, and the Jewish community is one of those communities. And there have been many working directly from whether it's schools or synagogues or outreach organizations. We've been very distressed by the suffering that we've seen around us, and we know that we have to make a contribution, and we need to make a substantial contribution. And that's why this fund is so important for us. And we want to make sure that this fund is going to be used as strategically as possible.
So using this fund strategically, I just want to be clear here. It's not only about helping Jewish people. It's across the board.
No. There are various funds within the Jewish community to support the community in different ways, but this fund is not intended for specifically the Jewish community. This is a fund that has been established to help people who do not have food, who are suffering from the effects of the lockdown, and really people who are living in a very difficult situation at the moment, and we are very distressed by that, and this is our way of trying to alleviate that situation.
So 9 million rand, it's a healthy sum of money. We understand that a donor has contributed significantly to that total. Who's this person?
It's somebody who would prefer to be anonymous. But I must say that there are several other funders within our community who have also come up to assist this fund, and we're really hoping to be able to build it to a much greater level. It's not about personalities, and it's not about people getting kudos. It's about a community wanting to make a difference. It's about a community wanting to improve life for those around us, and recognizing the terrible hardship that many people are going through. Our community as well, but many South Africans are going through at the moment.
Yeah, our lives are interlinked. Our health is interlinked. Many people are suffering around the world, but in particular here in South Africa. And I guess every bit of help is needed. Wendy, we thank you very much indeed for coming.
And we're all in it together. We're all in it together.
Definitely. Thank you very much indeed, Wendy. Wendy Khan is the National Director of the South African Jewish Board of Deputies. We're going to take a quick break. Get you more news next.